Okay. Well, it says live. I didn't see the countdown, but we'll ask because we've got somebody already on here. And you said that her name is Heather. Heather, can you see Kristen and I on? Are we officially live? I think we are. The only thing that I can see says end broadcast, and we're not going to do that. So I'm assuming that we're going.
Yes, we're live now.
Okay, so one quick thing, because it's still not showing that it's shared to my Facebook group. So I'm just going to hit go live here on Facebook. And that is starting now. Yay. Okay. But for anybody that's watching on Facebook, to be able to comment, I think you have to give some permissions to StreamYard. You guys can quickly do that. If you don't want to do that and you want to be able to participate with us, if you go onto YouTube, you don't have to do that. So Rhiannon Rambles and Readings on YouTube is where you guys can be. You got the YouTube notice, Heather said. So anyway, okay, well, here we are with Kristin Louise, who is the creator of the Star Rune Oracle. And I seen this, I can't remember. We were just trying to figure it out. I think it was in like an indie Oracle Tarot cell group and just thought it was so beautiful. I have a set of runes that I keep right here on my desk, but I don't know how to read runes.
They're difficult. They're challenging to read.
I had one of the mods in our group gift me these beautiful lapis lazuli. And I have a couple books up there. Hi, Carla. Hi, Donna, Jackie, and Heather was here bright and early. Hello, everybody. Who in the comments is a rune reader or wants to be a rune reader? So in your opinion, do you feel like the deck could help somebody like me who's not like really fluent in runes, or what was your intention when you created it?
Absolutely. That was my intention. It's an introductory deck. So what it is it's a deck that has 3 cards for each rune.
Oh, wow.
So it can, it's a chubby deck. And,
let's see it. Let's see the girth. Oh, yes. Yeah. So how many cards total?
It's 74.
Dang, almost a tarot deck.
Yeah, I think 74.
And let's see the like flats. I can see like the total size of it. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So I think, and now I don't know because I've not published a deck, but I've purchased other decks that are printed from that printer. Is that the only size that they print, or did they have other sizes?
They have a tarot size and bridge size.
A bridge is what? Playing cards?
It's like a little smaller than playing cards. So I think they have playing card, bridge, tarot.
I love the bigger size for the like visual effect.
Yeah.
You know, but for shuffling, it can be a challenge. For this type of a deck, because you can use it as a rune, and rune is a form of an oracle. So really, it's already in itself an oracle. Right?
Yeah.
So why the 3 cards per rune?
Because runes have very complex meanings, and I wanted to give the reader a chance to interact with the runes from different perspectives.
So kind of like the difference between like an upright and a reverse card in tarot or something like.
Yeah, exactly.
They have slightly different nuances.
Yeah. So say like for the rune Isa, which means ice, one card says frozen and another one says sacred pause. So one
it could literally mean cold and frozen, or it could mean freeze yourself.
Yeah, it means like hold yourself. Nice. So, and then I also have focus, which is so like some of the cards are more what's the word? It's 2 of the cards are more focused on very traditional readings of them. And then one of the cards is oftentimes more of a divergent understandings, because I see focus as a little less common of a use for the rune Isa, but I mean you do see it. But
are you familiar with Lenormand?
I have one Lenormand deck.
Just because there is a very kind of, there's like a couple of schools of thought. There are people that are very traditional. It's only these things, and you know, it's, and you know, but when you get reading divination, it opens up your intuition. So then you tend to have other things come that wouldn't necessarily be traditional. A lot of people have
Yes.
problems with that. So it seems like
Yes.
you might have covered kind of all the bases there with the traditional
Yes.
than what your intuitive.
Yeah, and if
meaning.
they don't like the meaning that I put on one of the cards, you take it out. You got two
Right,
others,
right. That's awesome.
So yeah.
So what is your favorite rune?
Favorite rune. I like Ansus. I like Uruz. Um,
I'm trying to go through mine to even see, but I'm like, I'm pretty proficient at most divination, but
uh-huh.
not runes. And I would say not at all with runes. So
Yeah.
I'm a
I
beginner. I
like
was going to go back in the
Ansus.
comments and see what rune readers we have here. Let's see.
Yeah.
Donna's a beginner and Kristen's deck is very beautiful. Oh, you have it. So Donna has the deck. Hi, Corinne. How are you? Carla's a rune reader, but definitely, oh, you're not yet. You're not a rune reader. Yeah, me too. Always interested in everything, but that's what makes it hard to like nail down and study things because you're always like going off on tangents.
Yeah. And I'm a very
Hi,
visual
Rochelle.
person. So,
You're a
and I
very
know a lot
what
of
person?
people are visual.
Oh,
You know.
what is your, that was what I was going to ask. What is your, do you know your top 3 on your astrology?
Yeah, I am a Scorpio sun, Aries moon, and Aquarius rising.
Aquarius rising. Nice.
Yeah. I don't know anything about astrology though. That's all I know.
Well, don't let me get us sidetracked. We got to stay on runes, but one day we'll have to talk about it. Okay, so your favorite rune was which one?
I like Ansus. I mean, I'm
Ansu.
not
So
sure I have a
yeah, show me
favorite
your
rune.
card, then I'll see if I can pick it out. Because the other thing with runes, now I don't know if it's just this set. So many of them look like similar.
Yes, yeah. So Ansus looks like a downward F.
Oh, look at that card.
Yeah. So
Okay.
wisdom
Oh,
keyword.
you did give a keyword. So you have a keyword. Because at
Yes.
first I'm just seeing her beautiful face. So you immediately think wisdom. You immediately think somebody who has a lot of life under their
Yes.
belt, right?
And then there's Fehu, which is an upward F that looks similar, So
Fehu, and what's the first one called?
Ansus and Fehu.
Ansus.
Yeah, Ansus looks like a downward F.
Okay.
Fehu looks like an upward F.
The two that kind of look like S's always kind of, or the Z and the S.
Oh, there's Sowilo, which is the sun, and that's the S.
See, like there's this one. Well, you guys aren't going to be able to see. What is that? The one?
I can't see. Is that Laguz? Let me see.
I know that card was beautiful, huh, Carla? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then I do like Isa, and Uruz, which means strength, power, and I have for this card. I have it.
Yes, show us all these beautiful
sovereignty.
Cards. So, what type of style, as far as like the art, is this considered?
I would say photo collage, digital manipulation. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Well, I did it in Photoshop.
Give us like a little flip through. Let's just do a little flip through of the images, and then we'll get into the meanings.
Okay, I'll put aside the ones I already did.
And also, while you're gathering those up, let's tell everybody who's not familiar. I will be putting the links for everything when we post this. But for anybody interested, her deck is available for purchase at which website?
Make Playing Cards.
Make Playing Cards, which I believe, because I know I've got several people in here who are you familiar with the Ancestral Tarot by Julie?
Yes.
So I believe that's the same printer, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know.
When I went to your deck to look, it looked like the same website, on Benabel Wen's decks where you can go print her book. That's the same place.
Oh, okay.
But Make Playing Cards, you guys can find her deck there, and it's a beautifully printed deck. But like as far as like to self-publish, they don't give you a great rate unless you're purchasing like many at a time.
Yeah.
So have you considered doing a Kickstarter on it?
I've thought about it, but I have chronic fatigue. I work 2 jobs. Yeah. I have a mother in a nursing home, and I just like the idea. And my husband just did a Kickstarter, and just
what's his Kickstarter?
It's for a horror anthology. of
Well,
short
hey,
stories.
drop a link. I'm sure there's somebody in here that wants to know
I'm
about horror
sure.
or
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
Yeah. It's called, shoot. Um, I'll have to get back to you. It's slipping my mind.
We're asking for grace during this Mercury retrograde season, everyone. Thank you so much. The first creator spotlight I did was literally like the day after Mercury went retrograde, and I'm like, what am I doing? Why do I do this? Why do I start shit like this during this time? Okay, show us the pretty pictures.
Okay, What Cannot Be Undone? That's the name of the anthology.
What Cannot Be Undone. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Heather says she feels you on the chronic fatigue.
Yeah.
I just started HRT for that, by the way, hormone therapy. We'll see how it works.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Isa,
yes. Then Burkano.
Yeah, I'll let you narrow it because I don't think I even know how to pronounce them all correctly.
Yeah, there's Burkano, which is about healing, motherhood, nurturing.
And she had a mastectomy.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me want to cry. Don't be making me get emotional here.
AWA's connection, and there's 3 versions for this. There's a
That
gay
picture
couple.
really just stirred something up in me.
Really? Are you okay?
I have my boobs too, but like,
yeah.
No, I think that's amazing when a you know, just to see something like that. Just with the child's hand up there on her area where her breasts were, like she's still a mother and a woman, you know.
Yeah.
Gosh, wow, that was like I tried to hurry and push it down, but it was like, nope, here it comes, But good, you want your art to do that to people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me get my tissues here. I wasn't expecting to be boobing. Okay, you can keep going.
Okay, and a friend of mine actually is in this deck, and he is really moved by that image because he's a trans guy.
Oh my gosh,
and so,
it could be all of those things.
Yeah. So like he had his breast removed as well.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah. Let's see. So this card has 3 options: a gay couple, a lesbian couple, and a straight couple.
Oh, I did notice that too, and I just thought that is so awesome.
Yeah.
Which is what is the name of the runes again on that? The rune?
This is AWA's.
AWA's, okay.
Yeah. And every card, not every card, but most cards have a
Sorry.
That's okay. Has a symbol on it. Has some astronomical symbol.
Okay.
So there's like a planet or a meteor or something. And so
I was wondering this because I can kind of see a triangle in between their faces. I didn't know if that was the symbol, the planet.
Yeah, I think that is a moon.
Let me let her out. That's okay. Okay. Oh, so you didn't illustrate it? You hired somebody? Did you hire somebody to do the illustration or did you do it?
No, I did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then here's an Ansu's Breath of Life.
Wow.
And you can see and hear one of Da Vinci's pieces. Actually. And Thorazaz's Wrath. This is AWA's
doggy.
Yeah. Fellow Traveler.
There's no crying in baseball, Rhiannon. Get your shit together.
There's no crying in baseball.
Apparently, there's crying in everything I do. I don't know why this is. I don't even have water placements.
So there's Nauthi's or Nauthi's craving. So it's like she's craving like the forbidden fruit.
Yes. Love it. I love it.
Lagus, which is the cosmic web. It's really hard. They're very slick.
Okay, so show me the other 2 variations of that one, the cosmic web.
Okay.
I mean, I'll see every single card, but I'm trying to think for myself, cosmic web, that could be so many things. So, but then the picture on that one would make me think again, like wisdom, ancestral, maybe guidance, or
like you see, like up here, there's like a whole bunch of people.
Oh, I did not see that at first glance.
So it's like she's connected to all of humanity, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. The cosmic web. Okay.
Yeah, but it's sort of like that flowing, undulating connection of, people, of energies.
Right. Right.
And then this one is purify. So Lagos means lake in
Okay.
literal
Okay.
translation. So
Do you know the literal translation for all of the different cards?
I think so.
Wow. Good for
I
you.
think
Do most books give you that?
they should.
I'm trying to think where my runes book is.
Yeah.
Yes. Keep going. I'm gonna look.
Let's see.
Where's my runes book?
Lagos.
What is your favorite book? If somebody wanted to study runes, what would you recommend?
Taking Up the Runes by Diana Paxson is my favorite book.
Okay. Amazing. I just pulled the one out, which I have not even cracked it. I'm not gonna lie. But this is the one I have. I think I was gifted this with my set of runes, the Big Book of Runes and Rune Magic by Edred Thorson. So I cannot give a review, but this is definitely sparking my interest to jump into this for sure. Donna says the rune books that she has do tell what the word means. Okay, good. So that's common practice. Which is so what language would that be?
Old Norse.
Old Norse. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is that who the Vikings are, or okay?
Yeah, it's Scandinavia. So it's ancient and medieval Scandinavia would have been at the time.
I mean, you look the part, but have you done your ancestry and?
Yeah, I do. I have a very small bit of Swedish. I'm actually descendant from the first king of Sweden.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's really cool. I was really excited to find that.
So
I've done my family
what got
tree.
you into ruins was like knowing that it was like your heritage, or was it more for divination?
It's hard for me to answer that question. Like, what got me into? Because like I'm a Norse pagan, so I worship the Norse gods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, awesome. And so that's what got me into runes.
Right.
And but what got me into Norse paganism, I can't really explain. It just sort of happened.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I get that you can't explain it, but it makes so much sense because it's like it just comes to you and comes back around. That's not my practice, but for myself, I understand because it just kind of just works out, right?
Yeah.
Rochelle says it's also considered Germanic.
Yeah. Old Norse is a Germanic language.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Let's keep looking at some of these pictures if you don't mind.
Okay.
Because they're so beautiful. I want my hands to be on something. It's very hard for me not to be like touching something.
And this is the other Lagos, Into the Deep.
So definitely a lot of blues in the theme, right?
Yeah.
Just so beautiful and deep.
Yeah.
I see your hammer of Thor on your necklace.
Yes. Let's see. Okay, which one? Let's see. Algaes. Guardians.
So, and that's like a tiger or a cat?
It's a lynx, which is my spirit animal.
Okay, so then the symbol in that one, I can see like a star constellation.
Yeah, that's the lynx constellation.
It's called Lynx?
It's called Lynx.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that's yours constellation? Based off of what?
Yeah, my spirit animal is the lynx. Yeah. And so I decided to add it to the algaes because one of the ways that I read algaes is the guardianship, connection to your higher power, so your greater self, things like that.
So when do you offer readings?
In tarot readings, I have to say that I'm not fully comfortable doing rune readings for people.
No, that's fine. That you create the tool that you yourself are going to use to deepen your practice. It makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? A lot of times when I've thought about, I haven't brought anything like that to fruition because like you have so much going on in projects anyway, but that's most of the time when I will think of something that I wish was on the market, it's because I need it to help me study or to help me learn. So it makes a ton of sense. Okay, let's see if we have some more questions. Just that Heather loves the cards. So is Heather a friend of your Indigo Jaguar? For you guys that wonder why I keep saying Heather, I wouldn't have known her name was Heather, but Kristen told me. We were going to let her be a mod, but I don't know how to set one up on StreamYard. But luckily, we didn't need one today.
Yeah.
Okay, Rochelle says, does your deck come with a guidebook? Good question.
It comes with a guide pamphlet,
like a little white book,
which you could download.
Oh, nice.
So unfortunately, there's no guidebook, which is but
it's
like
okay, because like I said, a lot of us are buying indie decks and we're used to getting the guidebook separately. You know what I mean? It's fine.
So yeah, it comes with a guidebook.
So if somebody purchases the deck, they will get a downloadable version of the guidebook.
There's a link on my website to it.
Okay, nice. But it's not like it's a separate purchase.
No, it's free.
Nice, amazing.
Yeah.
So anybody here that is more familiar with runes that has a certain card that they would like to see?
And
or any
Donna asked how I found my spirit animal.
Oh yes.
And it was just meditating, and it came to me. And then the following day, someone else who has some psychic ability said that he saw a lynx around me. So it was like the day after.
Wow.
So that sort of sealed the deal for me.
Yeah, so I feel like that's a very firm confirmation of it.
Yeah, and he didn't even know about it. So yeah.
I don't know that I know if I have a spirit animal.
Yeah, not everyone does.
Yeah, I believe that, I guess if everyone has one, but I don't know that we would all have the same type of guides, you know, and maybe we have different types of guides at different times of our life.
Yeah, it changes. It can change.
Because I've never really felt called to even like think about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm constantly surrounded by dogs and I have so much of their energy. I wouldn't even want another spirit animal annoying me. Even though I love them so much, they're always annoying me. Okay, Donna says a book that she has that she feels is good, less intimidating, into runes, a little bit of runes by Cassandra Eason. Okay, awesome. Thank you for that suggestion.
Cool. And Heather believes that we all have a spirit animal.
So. Okay. Well, maybe one day I'll feel like I want to find out. I think once I did do a guided hypnosis. Just I looked up on YouTube, not a meditation, but like it was supposed to be an actual hypnosis. But it was like an hour and something long, and I fell asleep. And I didn't have a profound knowing or anything when I woke up. Maybe I had an experience that I didn't remember, but I'm guessing that Heather's is a jaguar.
Probably.
I'll guess. It's because I'm a psychic. Because I'm a psychic, I can tell. Okay, well, yeah, I feel like we should let's keep looking through the images, though, because they're just so beautiful. See if I can cry again. No, I don't really want to cry.
Yeah, no. Fehu, which is about abundance and wealth, manifest success.
And I'm trying now when I'm looking like to see if I can spot the symbol too.
Yeah, like not all of them are quite obvious.
You guys play along with us too. If you spot the symbol, go ahead and put it in the comments.
My memory is so bad that I couldn't tell you. I'd have to look in the guidebook to tell you.
When did those symptoms start?
The poor memory?
Yeah, and you're like fatigue and everything.
Well, I have fibromyalgia. Then I also have sleep apnea. So those two things probably contribute.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
When I was just saying earlier, I went to a what type of doctor is it called? Not a homeopath, but like it's like maybe it was a homeopath.
Functional.
Something like that. But we did some blood work, and I'm starting hormones to just see, but it's actually not a very good time. This whole week I've had like little breakouts, and I'm like almost 45. I don't have zits. And even when I was a teenager, I really didn't have breakouts. So I'm like questioning whether or not this is like worth it or not. But I know that it can take a while for those type of things to like, mellow out.
Yeah.
But hormones are important as we age, women. That's all I can say. I didn't realize till I had my blood work come back, and I was like, oh, here's the range. here's where I'm at. So it's something to look into if you haven't. I'm not saying it's the end all be all, and it doesn't mean you don't have fibromyalgia. It doesn't mean you don't have something else. But if there's anything you can do to just boost it up a little bit,
yeah, I have
recommend
had
it.
my hormones tested, and
Well, here's the problem though, is that if you go to like an endocrinologist, which is normally who would test your hormones, so the range is like the range is like this big. It's huge. And you could be like on the very, very outskirt of one edge or the other, and they'll tell you that you're normal, which is not. That's being normal and being functional are not the same thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
as
like
women,
I thought
I feel
about
like we
going to
just think
someone else.
I feel like we think it's normal to feel like shit as women, and we're just like, oh, I'm a mom, and we just don't even expect that we should be able to feel very good.
Yeah, it's become like normal. It's horrible.
It's become normal to not feel like shit.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that's the only thing. If other people had, suggestions, but I for one did not realize how out of control my own health had gotten. You know what I mean? Because I just wasn't paying attention. So anyway, we've got an elephant guide, maybe. Oh, let's see. No, I have to go up further. How old was you're being asked, how old was your mom when she went through menopause?
She actually had a hysterectomy. So
so you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my mom was like, well, that's also another misconception. Now we're maybe just on to women's subject matter. Maybe that's why I'm crying when her breasts got cut off.
Yeah.
Menopause is technically when you're after your last period, a year after a woman's last period. That's when somebody is considered to be through menopause. But that's the very, 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 very end. It's the perimenopause. It's everything that comes way, 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 way before that, which can happen some women as early as like 30, 33, 35, 40. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. So I just, I wish that people talked about it more, because I think that it affects us all more than what we would think,
Yeah.
So let's see. Donna said her doctor put her on thyroid medication, even though she would be considered the normal range by standard medical. Yes.
How do you find a doctor who will do that, though?
Well, I don't know about what area you're in, but most places have hormone clinics now that have doctors that are specifically there to monitor hormones. The bad thing is that even if you have great insurance, most of the time they don't take insurances. The problem is when you have insurances, they're going to send you to this doctor and they're going to go by these standards, which are going to be the same standards of you're in normal range, so you don't need this.
Yeah.
Needing something and feeling your optimal health and wellness are, again, two different things. So the hormone clinics attract the doctors that don't want to play by those limited standards. So you tend to pay out of pocket. In the area that I'm in, that first appointment was like $600, but that included like an hour appointment, the blood work. And then that's just a one-time thing. So it's not like it's going to cost me that every time. I'm guessing it would be somewhere around that $400 to $600 range. But Rochelle said it's been over a year for her. Not officially still in the same hormonal range. So I'm probably in it, but not through it. You had an IED. What type of IED? Did you have hormonal or copper T, Rochelle? Stops you from having your periods. Yeah, so you wouldn't know if you had something to stop your period, then how would you even know if you were going through menopause or not? Because I technically did have a uteral ablation when I was in my early 30s, and so that's true. I don't have periods because I got rid of it. So how do you know when you're having your last one when you're not having it? Sorry for if any men are watching the playback on this, but women's issues just decide. Maybe it is Venus and Libra that just happened yesterday. The divine feminine energy is just like spilling over, and we need to talk about these things. Donna's doctor doesn't take her insurance either. Morena is the hormonal one. So that it's just, I know. Don't be sorry, Rochelle. I'm the one that started it. Boys, and you're right. Boys need to be educated to be able to support us through it. But okay, we want to talk about the runes, and we want to talk about the oracle deck. Well, I was going to see if you felt comfortable, you could do any readings for anybody in the comments.
I can try.
I
I've
feel
never
like you should. That was
done
the
it
whole
before.
premise of our group that you're in now with Oracle Obsessed, was to give a safe place for people to practice and grow, because all of us are aspiring, practitioners, whether that's divination or magic or wherever you're at. Everyone is it's a learning practice always. So I feel like what better place than now. So is anybody here that's in the comments still have a question? And also, this can be a learning tool for me. What do you feel like is the best type of question for runes to answer? Yes or no questions? Do they need to be specific?
I think they would have to be more specific
Yeah.
than yes or no, because I couldn't tell you yes or no from the runes.
Or if somebody came in and was like, because typically when I see people offering readings and when I offer readings on a situation like this, a lot of people will ask kind of, what do I need to know?
Yeah.
Is that a question that could be answered with runes? Or
Yeah, I
with
think
the deck?
so. What do I need to know today?
So we'll see if somebody's come through. Does anybody have a question that they would want to ask to showcase this beautiful deck?
Let's see. Heather wants one.
Okay.
Okay. I might have to say, I don't know.
That's okay. I feel like every person, even if you've been reading for 20 years, if it doesn't come through, I feel like normalize saying that.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes there's not always an answer.
Yeah, like even tarot, I don't read for other people often. I just read for myself.
Yeah.
I did for like the first time in a long time with a coworker the other day, and it went really well.
Yeah. Well, as a reader myself, I do like to challenge people to get out of their comfort zones.
Yeah.
Because that is where it happens, right? I mean, when I started, I was nervous, and we all have our self-doubts. I feel like if somebody didn't have a little bit of that imposter syndrome, then they're probably not somebody you want to trust with guiding you anyway. If somebody who's overly confident about things, but and there are people who are amazing at their craft of reading that don't choose to read for other people because it's just special to themselves.
Yeah.
They don't, it's not that they can't, it's just that they choose to keep it as an inward practice, which is fine.
Yeah.
But if there's part of you that wants to grow that, I feel like you should go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to get more comfortable reading for people.
Did Heather have a question come through?
Yes, she said she just wants a general message.
Okay, and Carla said that she'll take a general too after.
Okay. Okay, so I got Uru Sovereignty, Hagawa's Hailstorm.
Wow, that's a beautiful card.
And then Rido, The Quest.
Rido. Oh, that is giving so much Atreyu from Neverending Story.
Yeah, absolutely. So the message that I would say is to step into your power, that you are more powerful than you realized, you're more influential than you realize, that you have, and I know this she has her own channel.
Oh, nice.
And doing readings for people. And I think that she has this gift of being able to be there for other people. And with the Hagalas, which is a hailstorm, which is about, basically a storm, the hail's coming down, it can be painful, but it melts quickly. So this could be saying that there might be some trials ahead, some challenges ahead, but they're not going to be too difficult. There'll be something that you'll be able to overcome. And the Rido, the quest, I think is encouraging you to keep going on your spiritual development. To that there is a goal of self-ascension, and I think that you're going to be able to achieve it. It's out there. You have a yearning. You have this wordless longing, and I think you need to follow that.
Amazing. Is anybody else singing The Doors' Riders on the Storm right now, or just me?
Riders on the Storm.
It's giving very much Jim Morrison. Carla said general as well. Okay. And then I swear somebody else, and also Donna. But Donna says, what do I need to know about upcoming trip? But we'll go to her after Carla.
Okay. It's going to be rainy. That's what you need to know. She's going to the Netherlands.
Oh, wow. Heather is?
No, Donna.
Donna's going to Netherlands. Amazing.
Yeah.
I think there's a way that I can send you this recording to Kristen if you want to upload it on your channel.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I can download it, and then if you want, just to say, because I can tell you've got a lot of your viewers here, and then anybody that ends up watching this from my end on the playback or in the Oracle group, Kristen has a YouTube channel. I think I mentioned that. I will put the comment, or we'll put the link to her channel, as well as the link where to purchase the deck if you're interested in the more section of the video.
Okay, so for Amethyst Ascension, I got Nothi's Struggle, Othala Family, and then Fehu Embrace Abundance. And so I'm wondering if there might be some familial wounds that need to be dealt with. That there might be
I think this was for Carla, but
Carla.
But Carla and Amethyst Ascension are sisters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So
sisters.
They might both.
I think this message is for both of you.
Yeah. So there's a struggle against maybe a family wound. Because Othala is about like family roots.
Yeah.
And about, healing. It could be about healing ancestral trauma. And so I'm wondering if there is something you need to look into to your family's past. And then Fehu Embrace Abundance might relate to, something having to do with that. Did your family, have an experience of poverty? Did they go through famine? Did they struggle financially? Are there reasons why you would feel guilty for having something or having enough or thinking you don't deserve it? And I'm wondering if there's some self-worth that you need to look into as well.
I'm just going to tell you, you're very spot on right now.
Oh, really?
I know both these beautiful girls. I love them both.
Oh.
Awesome. That was great. I hope that was helpful for both of these beauties. They both, and I think I feel like everybody watching today is on YouTube. We should do a follow thread, so everybody go subscribe to everybody's channels and subscribe back. I wish that YouTube was better at showing, like, I don't know if it's just mine. Mine will sometimes show me if somebody subscribed, and half the time it doesn't.
Yeah,
and then you don't know if that person, I feel like it should have a subscribe back button next to it if that person has an active channel. I wish they would do that.
That would be nice.
Sorry, Dawn just joined us. Hello. Okay, and then Donna wanted to know about, she had a specific question.
About her trip.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if this works. These cards work for specific.
Well, good thing is she's leaving, I'm assuming, in a couple of days. Mercury retrograde can mess with travel sometimes. So hopefully it'll be next week or after Mercury goes direct. Rochelle says about the YouTube thing, because some people choose their subscriptions and like to be private. Oh, I see. It's a setting that they can choose. Okay. Well, hopefully mine's not like that. I don't know. I was trying to find Donna's question, her exact question, but oh, there it is. She wants a reading. What does she need to know about her upcoming trip to visit family? And you already knew where she was going. You said to Norway, right?
To Netherlands.
Oh, Netherlands.
Yeah.
We've been in Mercury retrograde for 3 weeks. It goes direct on the 2nd, but the post shadow will be here till that next full moon on the 9th pushes it out. But yeah, it definitely has. Oh, she says it's already raised its ugly head with her trip. Why? What happened, Donna? Yeah, traveling just for future notice, if anybody can avoid traveling during that time. What it can cause is a lot of, again, miscommunication. So maybe the airline books over way overbooks the flight, or your, passport, like randomly you find out is expired right before you go, or your visa really didn't go through. It's still going to have to do with communication on some level, but it just, because also the third house, which Mercury rules, is also short distance travel. But yeah, she says it already raised its ugly head. Okay, do you already have the cards for her?
Yeah, I got the cards.
Go ahead, you have the
Okay,
floor.
so I got Manas, the rational mind. And this is a man that's pulling together the universe, trying to put it in order. So, and then I got Wunyo, good news.
Oh, that is so adorable.
Ain't she cute?
Is that your child?
No.
Oh man, I was like, I would cry every time I saw that if I put one of my kids on there.
And
So
then Yira, harvest. So what I'm seeing is that it's going to take some planning. That there's going to be some things that you're going to have to stay completely focused and alert and cognizant to. That you're going to have to be strategic and rational about it. And you're going to basically have to look into your higher self, your higher faculties, and don't just try to go with the wind. Don't try to go automatic. Like if you sense yourself going on autopilot, stop that, because the trip is going to take some planning. But you got one good news. And so to my mind, that means that it's going to ultimately be a good trip, that it's going to be fine. It's all going to come together. And the same with year a harvest, what you're planting is what can be brought to the surface. So whatever you put into it through your rational planning, that's what you're going to pull out, and it's going to be good.
for sure.
You're going to get to the Netherlands, and even though it's going to be rainy and there'll be stuff that happens that is going to be out of your control, but you'll get there and it'll be good.
On the harvest card, because it's hard not to notice the big beautiful Saturn up in the sky.
Yeah.
So this month of October, Saturn's also been retrograde for about 4 months, I think. Maybe 5 months, but it's going to go direct this month too, so that should be good. We've got 6 planets plus Chiron in retrograde, and I think 4 of those 6 planets are going direct in October. So for everybody, the energy should really be being freed up and be moving forward, because retrogrades, although we like to give them a bad time, sometimes we need to slow down. Sometimes we need the energy to be kind of halted a little bit. So this is going to spring things forward again to have those things go direct. Sorry, Dawn says about the Mercury retrograde. She was just wondering, or when her air conditioning compressor seizes up and rips her serpentine belt in half. That happened to her during Mercury retrograde. Oh my God. I'm sorry, lives in her, she's like a van life person. So I'm sure that was not, and well, I bet Dawn, sorry, I think it affects Sorry because she's living in her van. So what is that? Short-term travel, right? So typically like big money things that go like that would be more like Venus retrograde. And actually Venus was one of the planets that wasn't retrograde, but because she's living in her van, she's van life, which is travel, it's still going to affect travel. So I'm sorry that happened. I hope, did you get it fixed? Do you need anything? I think she's in Arizona, but I want her to try to come up to Utah if she can, but okay. So, yeah, the trip is okay. So here's
to North Carolina.
Yeah. So I think you're getting the messages faster than me, because I just seen Donna's barely come up. So she's going to North Carolina first and then going to the Netherlands?
Yeah. So, yeah, I was reading with the Netherlands in mind. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to enunciate so that you can tell that I'm saying her name correctly. But Donna is going to North Carolina for a week to see her family before. Oh, she's moving to the Netherlands. Wow, that's very
Yeah.
exciting. Very
Yeah,
good.
and I'm going to the Netherlands next month, and so we're going to try, if our schedules align to see each other.
What are you
So,
going for?
my husband is passionate about Vincent van Gogh, so
Mhm.
it's basically a Vincent van Gogh pilgrimage. So we're going to a
Nice.
bunch of places that he lived,
Yeah.
and then passing through Paris for a couple days.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Is their season? They're kind of in
about the
line with like the
same.
fall season here, aren't
Yeah,
they?
I think so. Yeah, so it's going to be really rainy
Yeah,
and
but it should be like
cold.
the leaves turning and stuff like that too, which I don't think it ever gets very hot there, but it should be
No.
nice and cool, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How fun. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Oh, Sai, like Mary with an S. Sari, not
Like
sorry.
Mary with
Like yeah, like a long A.
Sari.
Sari.
Sorry, Sari.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Well, we're coming up. We've got like about 15 minutes left. So, does anybody have any questions? Are you going to be making any other decks?
I don't have plans for any other decks at this point.
Would
So
you have
the
regrets about what you did for people in the group in Oracle? Since we always have a lot of people asking, like, how do I get started making a deck? And
mhm.
I don't know, because that's one thing I haven't done. But I do find that there tends to not be a lot of talk about it. And I don't know if that's because people like, I don't think people should be expected to just give away their trade secrets. And like, if you've had to work really hard to learn something and master it, you shouldn't be expected just to go giving that away. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I don't just mean you specifically, but any creator. But there's also like, just in general to talk about the process, you know what I mean? For anybody that was looking to start a project like this, what would you tell yourself as like advice or a warning or anything like that?
Um, if I had to do it all over again, I guess one thing I would have decided early on. Well, I kind of did decide. I wanted to do a Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just didn't have the tenacity or the energy for it. So I wish I would have had that, because I think just putting it up on Make Playing Cards, they up the price so much
Mm-hmm.
that it
What do you
just
mean?
makes.
They upped it after you had it uploaded on there or what?
Yeah, so like in order for them to make money off of it, like I'm making a very small cut,
Yeah. Are you even making money yet? Because I thought you had to sell like
No,
so
not
many hundreds of
yet.
decks before they even pay you out.
Yeah, you have to make $100 before they'll pay you
And so you're
anything.
essentially making pennies on the dollar. And
Hmm.
then you don't even see that until what they would pay you equals $100.
Yeah, if that ever
Oh.
happens. Yeah.
But you still own the rights to your creation, right?
Yeah, you own the rights to it. Their product is beautiful,
Yeah. I
so
know. And that's amazing that you're able to share it with the world. But like to think that you put so much work and effort into something and you're not being reimbursed for it energetically is kind of
yeah,
heartbreaking. How
it
many more
is.
decks do you need to sell before you get paid out? Do you know?
I like between 6 and 8, I think.
Well, hopefully we can make that happen. Let's like help at least like help Kristen get that paycheck, even if
That'd
it's
be
only
nice.
$100, like
$100, I could buy 2 decks.
um did you look at any other publishers before you chose that one, or why did you decide to go with that one?
I chose them because I was familiar with them, and because like everyone that I knew that created decks are on there. Like Julie, she was just in here. Julie Peekaboo Rose,
Mhm.
she has
What's her deck?
created decks. What's that?
What is her deck?
The most recent one is called Notorious JBG Tarot. I wish I had it with me. I love
Oh,
it. I take it
nice.
everywhere with me.
Yeah,
But it's the Notorious JBG is her
nice.
recent
So
deck.
you knew people who had, gone through this printer,
Yes.
you knew that the quality was going to be good.
Mm,
But so with that, then did you also know the kind of bad side, not bads, but the negative side effect? You knew that you weren't going to get paid. It's not like you
I
found that out
knew.
after the fact. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
do.
That's good.
But yeah,
Um,
if I had the focus and the energy, I would have done a Kickstarter.
did you try the Kickstarter and then it just didn't work out, or?
No, I just didn't even try.
I guess I'm just wondering what, I mean, because I'm only just a consumer, right? I've only ever
Yeah.
purchased off of Kickstarter. So when I get on there, it's like they have like a nice little video showing you already have a deck that you could show. A lot of like the author that I interviewed last week or whatever, not last week, last 2 weeks ago or whatever, she didn't have the tangible deck yet. So she's just
Mhm.
able to upload her art. You even have more than that now. I'm not trying to push you into it, but I just wonder if it's not as hard as what you might think it, or maybe it won't take as much effort as what you think it would take.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible, but I do see, like right now, my husband and his two other people who are on in the publishing company for his anthology that they did
Mhm.
a Kickstarter. They're now packing everything up. So some
Oh, right.
boxes have a book,
So
and
his was already funded and now it's getting ready to get shipped
yeah,
out?
yeah. And so right now they're boxing things up. So some have a swag bag and a book. Some people have two books and a swag bag and a mug. And some people have a candle and a swag
Right.
bag and three books.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
I would screw that up because I would have to do it all by myself. And maybe I
Yeah.
just don't have the confidence, and
I
that's
think
what it
so.
is.
I think
Yeah.
so. But maybe not this year, but just maybe in the future.
Yes.
Just because it's already in the world and you have this, you know, child that you created in this deck. And I love that you have the rights to it, that you can choose to do something with it if you wanted to later. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
happy to support it. I just, it's less motivating to want to support it when it doesn't support, it feels like it's not supporting you as the creator. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you wonder, like, are
Yeah.
you even getting anything? 50 cents for this? And like you said, as a consumer, and I know because I purchased that decks there too, it's not like it's a inexpensive for the purchaser. It's around
Mm-mm.
$80, isn't it, for
Yeah.
to purchase the deck. So
Mhm.
I'm happy to pay that, and I pay that and more all the time on Kickstarter. But I guess I'm hoping that the creator is getting a little bit more, but maybe I'm delusional and they're not.
Yeah.
Who knows how much they're actually getting paid.
Yeah, I
Did
had
your
a
husband feel like
publisher.
it was worth it for his project
I'll have to ask him that. I'm sure
financially?
he would.
You
I'm
know,
sure he would. Yeah.
hopefully.
But I had a publisher actually approach me, or she said that she would do a Kickstarter for me.
Good.
But and so then she's like, just contact me when you're done with the deck. I finished the deck and I'm like, okay, I'm done. And she's like, actually, I'm not doing it anymore. And I'm like,
Well,
yeah,
maybe something else. Put it out there in the
yeah,
universe that,
yeah.
something like that, some other opportunity will um come forward for you, you know. Donna says, have you looked at Shuffled Ink?
Mm-mm, I never heard of them.
Shuffled Ink, wondering how cost effective they would be compared to MPC. I haven't heard of Shuffled Ink either. Now, again, I haven't looked to create a deck, but we just have a lot of creators in the group and a lot of people who are looking. Here's what I would like to see, and I'm putting this out here, not just for Kristen, but any other creators that are watching this. Um, I would be happy to collaborate and work with somebody who wants to come in and maybe teach like a workshop or something to the group, because we have 6,000 people in there and a ton of people are it's one of the most common things that I see people ask is how to create a deck. So even if you wanted to like monetize some type of workshop or something, even if it's not the publishing, because those things could be separated.
Mm-hmm.
Publishing a deck is one thing,
Yeah,
creating a deck is one thing. you know a
yeah.
lot of people that maybe aren't familiar with how to do the art or whatever, just something to think about, even if it's not in my group, but you could totally teach. And sometimes you'll find that you learn even more about the process when you start teaching it.
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah,
know like you
yeah.
went through the process and you're like, oh, I don't know, and then you start talking about it and teaching somebody else, and all of a sudden all this new awareness starts to come through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but I think it's awesome. I
Mhm.
now am excited to maybe dig into this for once and start to learn the runes. The deck is so beautiful, and I feel like any deck that can bring me to tears in the first like 3 minutes of talking about it must have some type of place on my shelf up here.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get you over that mark where you get your first paycheck. You'll have to let me know.
Yes. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think we're going to get ready to go, mostly just because my dogs are going to bark. I feel like my family's getting home right now. Any last minute comments or questions for anybody? Donna says, I think they're print on demand, but I don't think there's any minimum order size. So if you could afford to print a few copies, then you could sell them yourself directly. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
good too. And I think that the $80 mark, as much as it seemed like sticker shock maybe 3 and 5 years ago, it's kind of like becoming the norm to be
Mhm.
paying $85, $100 or more for decks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you could always throw some on Etsy
That's true.
and just see what they go for because they're beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
do hope you know that the deck is beautiful. Anybody interested in them, please make sure to go to the comments that will be posted after this goes. After we end the live and we get it up on YouTube, all the information will be available for you guys there. So, well, I'm glad that you were able to join me tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, Rhiannon.
Yeah. Did you see any last things there that you wanted to comment on? I don't, because I think you were
I
getting
didn't
comments
see
before
any.
me. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, ladies, for coming in tonight. And everybody have a good weekend
Bye.
and happy travels. Bye
Thank
bye.
you, Carla. Bye bye.